Hi! Sorry I haven't made a video in a few days. My computer charger broke because my parents broke it, so I had to buy another one and wait for it to come in the mail. And it did today. So, got my computer up, so that's why I'm uploading a bunch of videos, because I haven't been able to. And it was really annoying. So, today my vlog is about driving school. Yes, I am in driving school. I know. It's embarrassing. I am 18 years old, but my mother doesn't believe that I'm a good enough driver to just take the driver's ed test. Just take the road test. So, I'm stuck in driver's ed all week. I don't even know where to begin. So, today, I show up at one of the buildings. There's 2 buildings for this place. I show up at the building I was informed to go to, and I walk in the office and I'm just kind of like, I'm here for school, and Lee's like, it's at the other building. I had to call my friend to come back and pick me up and take me over there. I get there, like a shit ton of kids are in there because it's school vacation week for like the high school kids and whatever. I graduated last year, so I don't even know. People keep asking me too. They're like, oh, is it school vacation week? I'm like, I don't know, I graduated. And they're all like, oh, yeah. That's embarrassing too. So I get there, I just sit, I'm in the back, kinda, which is nice, because I don't like being in the front, it's stupid. When I get there, the instructor guy's just kind of like, alright everyone, let's stand up and tell everybody how old you are, what school you go to, and like a random fact about yourself. And I went last. I don't even know how that worked out, but I went last because they started at the table behind me, which is the last table, so they started there and kind of went this way because there's tables here. There's rows this way and then there's like 2 tables here. So they went from the back of me all the way around into the front, and I was last. All the kids stand up. They're all 15 and 16 years old. The instructor guy is 23. I stand up, I'm like, yeah, hi, I'm 18, I graduated from Minuteman last year, and I'm just kind of here. And they're all like, alright. And they're all staring at me and just like, yeah, hello children, hi. It's so awkward for me because I'm the oldest one there, and they just like are like, whoa, what are you doing here? I even said, I'm like, my mom, I was like, I don't want to be here. My mom's paying for this, and she's making me be here. So, yeah. And they all laughed. I'm like, it's not a joke. I don't want to be here with you children. It's from 10 to 4 every day, too, which sucks. And we get 2 5-minute breaks and a half an hour lunch. And I just go away from the school at lunchtime. But we got a 10-minute break today, which is sick, and I guess the new teacher we have is pretty lenient, so we might be getting longer breaks and longer lunches, which will be fantastic, because the longer I'm not in there, the less likely I am to want to kill myself. So, I'm just chilling in class, and we get textbooks, and we need a driver's manual. I didn't have one. My mom printed me out one, and I lost pages of it and crap. So he's like, you could borrow this for the day, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This dude, 23-year-old driving instructor dude, was all like, yeah, you guys get a new instructor after lunch, and for the rest of the week, I'm not going to be here. And we're all like, why? And he just goes, I'm not really supposed to tell you, but I'll tell you anyway. I'm quitting at 1 when you guys are at lunch, and we're like, alright, bro. Like, he just up and randomly quit. He's like, just don't say anything, because they don't even know I'm quitting yet. And we're just like, okay. So he just randomly quit. That dude was baller, though. He was pretty baller. And I told my mom that, and she's like, what's a baller? And I'm like, never mind. We watched this video when he was there, about how to not be distracted while driving, what road signs look like and what they mean. Ooh. And we saw some, like, car chases and stuff, and I was, like, texting my mom during that, and I'm just like, we're watching a video a la Spike TV on car chases, and she's like, stop texting, go learn something. I'm like, what do you want me to learn from this? How to resist arrest or how to crash a car? And she was just like, and I'm like, yeah, it's correct. I want to be here. So we went out for lunch. We come back half an hour later. We have a new kid. This kid's probably 23 or 24 too, and he was too high for life. This kid was smoking some good reefer before he came in to teach us. I shit you not. This kid, he couldn't draw on the board pictures, like little diagrams. He couldn't do simple math like addition. He had to ask a bunch of 15, 16-year-old kids how to add two semi-large sums of numbers, which is basic addition, which you learn in 5th grade. Like, he had to ask them, and I was like, alright, this just proves this kid's too high for life. And then, since he can't do simple math, he was like, oh, so how many of you guys have your permits? I have my permit, and like a couple other 16-year-old kids in there had their permits. None of the 15-year-old kids have permits because you can't have a permit when you're 15, and most of the 16-year-olds didn't either. He's like, oh, so how many of you kids are promised cars? I'm like, dude, half of them don't have their fucking permits. How are they going to be promised cars? Answer me that. They're not. None of them are going to have cars. None of them are promised cars right now either. I can tell you that right now. And if they are, it's their parents' cars, not theirs. I'm promised a car just because I'm 18 years old and I can pay the insurance and for gas and things. And we are selling my grandmother's house, so that was the deal. We sell our house, I get a car. And the car I want is a white Bug, and it's only like $5,600. It's not like I'm asking for a lot. And, so he's like, all the kids that were like, oh, I'm promised a car. He's like, what are you getting? 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 And then he just goes off on a goddamn tangent, and then he tries to tell us how much we're going to pay for gas per week. I'm like, guy, you can't do fucking simple addition. You can't do 5th grade addition with two semi-large sums of numbers. Don't even try to multiply right now. Do not try to do multiplication or division and try to tell me how much I'm going to spend for gas per week. And then he came up with some number like $3 a week. Nothing is $3 a week, especially not gas. With the rising gas prices, you shitting me? You're going to get like this much gas for $3 a week. You're not going to be going anywhere. So obviously, there's another point that proves this kid was too high for life. Things that he likes to say. I wrote down notes about the class today just so I remember them for this video. And I actually quoted him on things too. He likes to say right on after a lot of things. He was talking about cars, and he was like, you know when you see a car, and it's just like, I know you want to drive me. I know you want to drive me. Keys are on the kitchen table. And I'm just like, oh my god, nuh-uh. He claims to know how to drift. He also quoted Akon lyrics. I don't remember what they were, but he quoted them. There's a kid in the class with his same name. I'm not going to say the real name, so I'm just going to add a name. He picked on this kid, and he's like, what's your name? He's like, Stefan. He goes, what? My name's Stefan, too. What's up? Too high for life. Okay, so then then we're talking about pedestrians and how they're dicks and always have the right of way, which people in cars are also dicks because they don't stop for pedestrians most of the time. I am a pedestrian, and I know that. So, he's like, yeah, pedestrians always have the right of way. La 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 la. Jaywalking this. Talking about stupid crap because he doesn't make sense. And he's like, alright, let's go outside. Let's go look at some intersections. Because there's an intersection here, and there's an intersection here, on that street that we're on. So, he just kind of has us collectively as a group jaywalk across the street. And then go across that street, and we're just on the sidewalk. I don't know what's happening. I was in the back texting. We're on the sidewalk. He is on this side of the street watching kids do something. And I don't know what they were doing, but my guess is he was having them jaywalk just to see if cars would slow down. That's what I really thought was happening. So after all that bullshit, we walked this way down to the other intersection. Like, I don't know why we went to that intersection. I don't know why we were at intersections at all. Okay, I couldn't hear what he was saying. I didn't really care. I was texting. He was talking about some shit. It's like, why do I need to see this intersection? I've lived here my whole life. I've seen this intersection a million times. What do you think, it's going to be specialer because I'm with you now? No. We're walking back. The instructor guy is next to me now. Kid, that's too high for life. I'm texting. He comes over and goes, "Hey, texter while driver." I was like, guy, one, that's not even proper English. You can say, "Hey, texter while driving," or "texting while driving," but not texter while driver. That doesn't make sense at all. So, you just proved my point again that you're too high to be teaching this shit. Like, he didn't even know he was teaching today. He admitted it, so that's probably why. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke this blunt." What? I gotta go into work now? So he just had no choice but to come high. And I'm like, yeah, I only text when I'm walking or when I'm in a standstill. Okay? I don't text at all. My phone is not in sight when I'm driving a car. And I'm walking right now, so it is fine for me to text. And he's like, "Alright, right on. Whose bike is that?" There's like a motorcycle parked on the side of the school. I'm like, I don't know, that kid that's sitting next to me, I don't know what his name is. He's like, "Alright, I'm gonna cross the street now." And I'm like, "Do it up, guy." Starts crossing the street. Here comes the car. He's like, "Nope, not crossing the street now." I'm like, obviously. Obviously. There's a fucking car coming. Why don't you just wait and we can all collectively jaywalk back across the street? I don't know. So, yeah, that was it. And there are these two girls in my class, and I don't mean to be rude and bitchy, but I just want to kick the teeth out of their heads because they're so annoying. Yeah, I know they're 16, and I don't give a shit. One of them, like, has to answer every single question, and every question she answers is either half-assed or it's the wrong answer. So she just has the "I like to hear myself talk-itis because I think I'm cool because I'm fucking 16 years old. I want everyone here to be my friend." And then the other chick is like Valley Girl-esque, who also has "I like to hear myself talk-itis," and just is like, that, like, "Oh my god," like, and it's just like, shh, 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 shh. They're annoying as shit. Annoying as shit. And I know that guy is going to be there tomorrow, and I swear to God. I mean, if he's high, it'll be funnier, and I won't have to do anything. Like, I literally haven't had to do anything. And we're supposed to have a test at the end of this shit. We're not learning anything. I already learned everything that they're talking about. And he keeps talking about junior operators. I am not a junior operator. I'm 18 years old. So after he talks about junior operator, he goes, "Oh, well, except you, because you're 18. And I'm just like, yeah. So I don't really need to be there. My mom's just a bitch. She just wants to spend all that money on something I don't even need because I'm not a junior operator. It's just going to take, what, like a couple $100 off my insurance that I got to pay for myself anyway? Like, oh my god. I'm going to make a vlog tomorrow and just tell you what happens. Because it's going to be retarded. I can tell you that. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to take notes again. You see this? This is what I also did the whole time. I drew. Look, I made this little picture of a man. He's a candy corn man. He's not colored in yet, but he's made of candy corn. And that is what I do in driving school. It's pointless and annoying. And tomorrow, I have it again. But I also start German school, which I'm really excited about because that's going to be fun. Unlike this fuckery with this dude that is just too high for life that can't even do math or draw or talk. He's just stupid like all the other kids in my class. It's just annoying and frustrating. And oh my god, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Okay, I'm going to end this now because it's 14 minutes. If you bother to watch this, just leave a comment on videos that I should make in the future. Okay, goodbye.